Hey everybody, this is the Blue Ice King here. You all know me from my own Blue Ice King channel. You all know me when I play as Kiba in my own Yu-Gi-Oh! Live Action series called Yu-Gi-Oh! DA. But you all saw my last video where I was talking about how to use the Blue Ice White Dragon new structure deck called Blue Ice White Destiny efficiently. But, you know, with my deck, I literally make a few twists and turns when it comes to my cards. As you see right here, I'm going to show you another combo with the Blue Ice White Destiny. As you see right here, my opponent, which is literally invisible, my opponent's not even here, so here's the thing. The way I see it when it comes to duels, to beat your opponent, you have to think what your opponent would do. Right here, I'm going to demonstrate an endgame of some sort. And what you could do, as you see, on the opponent's side of the field, we have the Malefic deck. Right, we have right over here, Malefic Paradox Dragon, Malefic Cyber End Dragon, Malefic Rainbow Dragon, Malefic Red Eyes Black Dragon, the continuous spell in the spell and trap card zone, Malefic Territory. Of course, when that card is activated, it allows you to activate Malefic World from your deck to the field spell zone. And one card has been placed face down in the spell and trap card zone, and that's everything that your opponent might do on their first turn. Because trust me, I've seen these modern day duelists, and they can literally summon things a lot quicker, as pretty hard for some people to even keep up these days, you know? Trust me. I've gone through here and been like, damn! What happened to simple Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling? Where you literally just do simpler things. Not this fast play to literally put you in a position like, what the hell? But, of course, the hand we're going to begin with, and trust me, I have shuffled this deck, is these five cards. We have Roar the Blue-Eyed Dragons, Wishes for Eyes of Blue, Maiden of White, with Spellcaster Tuner Monster, Effect Veiler, Spellcaster Tuner Monster, and Ultimate Fusion. Now, they ended their turn, so let's see what we can do with a new combo to literally give you an edge when you're going up against strong monsters as 3 monsters with 4,000 attack points and Malefic Red Eyes Black Dragon. We draw on our draw phase, standby phase. Nothing happens on standby phase. We'll go to main phase 1. Always ask if there's something that your opponent wants to do on the standby phase. If they got nothing, let's continue to main phase 1. Let's see. Right about here, we got ourselves a good start to see what we can do to end this quickly. Now let's see. The first thing we should do. I know. We are going to activate Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Now, the normal spell, Wishes for Eyes of Blue, at the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, you are allowed to add a level 1 light attribute tuner monster from your deck to your hand, along with a spell or trap card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. And like Roar the Blue-Eyed Dragon has an effect in the graveyard, Wishes for Eyes of Blue has an effect when it's removed from the graveyard to the banish pile. You're about to see soon enough. So what we're gonna do? We don't need Effect Veiler right now, so we're gonna discard Effect Veiler. And I'll let you know real quickly. Effect Veiler is a very good hand trap, but you can only activate this during your opponent's main phase. By discarding Effect Veiler from your hand to the graveyard during your opponent's main phase 1 or main phase 2, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls and negate the effects of that face-up monster they control until the end of the turn of Effect Veiler's effect. But we're going to just discard this as a cost for Wishes for Eyes of Blue. So what we're going to add from our deck to our hand, we're going to add Sage with Eyes of Blue. Next to it, we are going to add... which one do we want to add? Let's start off with the new trap card for Blue Eyes, Majesty of the White Dragons. Let you know what Majesty of the White Dragons, what does it do? Well, I'll tell you. Majesty of the White Dragons is a trap card. When you activate this trap card, you know you have to set trap cards face down first and wait till your opponent's turn to activate it, or wait till your next turn. But for Majesty of the White Dragons, its effect allows you to show up to 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand, from your field, and from your graveyard to your opponent, and then you can non-target destroy cards your opponent controls up to that number that has been revealed from your hand, field, and or graveyard. Now this card has an effect in the graveyard. By removing this card from play, you can basically ritual summon a ritual monster. You basically ritual summon a ritual monster from your hand by attributing a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or field whose total level equals its level. So basically, this bypasses you bringing out a ritual monster, 2 ritual monsters like Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon and Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. And they're both level 8 dragon ritual monsters. It bypasses you ritual summoning using Chaos Form. And trust me, Chaos Form is a good card. Believe me, I've used it multiple times. But anyway, oh yeah, forgot. Add this to my hand. Now, Wishing for Eyes of Blue is no longer being useful, so this card goes to graveyard. Now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna use Maiden of White's effect. Maiden of White has an effect in the hand and on field. By sending, or in this case, discarding, discard, sending, with this effect, makes no difference. By sending Maiden of White from your hand or face up on your field to graveyard, its effect will allow you to activate the continuous trap card that is a beautiful tablet for Blue Eyes. It's a continuous trap card known as True Light. You can place True Light from your hand, your deck, or your graveyard face up in the spell trap card zone. That doesn't count as you activate the trap card True Light. It's just placing it from the deck, hand, or graveyard to the field face up. This doesn't count as you activating a trap card. Just letting you know. It's basically placing something on the field face up without even placing it face down. Now, here's the thing. Maiden of White has an effect in the graveyard, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, now, we are going to activate Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Like I told you before, if you do not control Blue Eyes White Dragon on your field, you're only allowed to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, graveyard, or banishment in face-up defense mode. So, we're going to special summon from our deck to the field in face-up defense position, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And it's the Dark Side Dimensions Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's ironic that I literally chose that one, just like in the first lesson. Now, next thing what we're going to do, since I control Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field, an effect is going to be activated in the graveyard. And no, we're not going to use Neo Kaiser Seahorse just yet. What we are going to do is special summon Maiden of White from our graveyard to the field in defense mode. How? It's because of Maiden of White's ability in the graveyard. If you were to special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon and you have Maiden of White in your graveyard, her effect allows you to special summon her from your graveyard to the field and face up attack or face up defense. My suggestion, place her face up in defense position because she has 0 attack and 0 defense points. I mean, I've seen monsters that are very lethal that have 0 attack points and 0 defense points, and trust me, looks could be quite deceiving, believe me. Anyway, next thing, now we're gonna special summon Neo Kaiser Seahorse from hand. Mind you, everything that I just did right here is all special summons. Now, I'm gonna special summon from my hand to the field Neo Kaiser Seahorse. And now, Neo Kaiser Seahorse is about to be special summoned from my hand to the field in defense mode by its effect. Please, those are all notifications that I keep getting. Please forgive me. Anyway, I special summoned Neo Kaiser Seahorse from my hand to the field, but I placed them in the defense mode. So, why? Because you always gotta keep your defenses up. In case you literally have nothing else you can do. Place something in a tap mode where you really feel like you got something planned right here in your hand, or what you got, basically. So now, what we're gonna do next, since I summoned something, my opponent could use his face down card to literally destroy one of my monsters. So, what are we gonna do? Oh, that's easy. That's easy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna link off Neo Kaiser Seahorse off the field. You know what? No. We're gonna do something bigger. Because I'm going to be sending Sage with Eyes of Blue from my discarded from my hand to the graveyard. By discarding Sage with Eyes of Blue from the hand to the graveyard, you can target one effect monster on your field and send it to the graveyard. By doing that, you can special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck after choosing an effect monster by Sage with Eyes of Blue's effect. And we're going to target Neo Kaiser Seahorse. So now, this is where things are really going to get better. Watch and learn. I am going to special summon from my deck to the field the one and only, my favorite artwork of Blue Eyes, White Dragon, and face-up attack position this time. Now, your opponent could do something to destroy Blue Eyes, White Dragon, but before I get to that, we're gonna go with Neo Kaiser Seahorse's effect when it is sent from the field to the graveyard. When Neo Kaiser Seahorse is sent from the field to the graveyard, you are allowed to send a monster that is a Blue Eyes related monster, or a monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the graveyard. And what are we going to choose? We are going to choose. Let's go with. What do you say we try this? We're going to send the White Stone of Legend Tuner Monster. And with the White Stone of Legend Tuner Monster being sent from the field to the sent from anywhere, from field, hand, deck to graveyard, you're allowed to add Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. And that is exactly what we are going to do. The third and final Blue Eyes White Dragon. We're going to shuffle our deck. Now this right here is going to be quite amusing, because you see, True Light, like the continuous trap card called Eternal Soul, True Light does something similar to Eternal Soul. With True Light face up on the field, your opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragons in your monster zone with card effects, targeting card effects. So, with that protection from targeting card effects, but here's the thing, True Light can't protect them from destruction effects, non-target destruction, you name it. But it does protect them from being targeted by card effects. Just letting you know. So, what we're going to do next, we're going to use the following effect of True Light. Now, True Light has two following effects, like the trap card Eternal Soul. True Light's first following effect is it allows you to special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or your graveyard. So we're going to use the first following effect to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from our hand to the field. Now, let you know what the second effect of this card is. Remember, you can only use one of the following effects of True Light once per turn. You can even use the effect of that on your opponent's turn, but only one of the effects per turn. The second effect of this card is you can set a spell or trap card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon in its text from among the different cards that you currently control on the field and in the graveyard. Now you see, you have multiple possibilities right here. You could use Ultimate Fusion to fuse the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field into the main deck to bring out a fusion monster like Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, or Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. So, what you're going to do first, just make sure you got some good firepower right here, is to do this. But, your opponent may activate the face down trap card, so you gotta be cautious. But you know what? You gotta put things in your own risk. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna banish Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons from your graveyard to the banish pile. Now, you can fusion summon one fusion monster that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon, lists the Blue Eyes monster to be exact, from your hand or field. So we're gonna fuse all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field to bring out a big baddie, but an old school classic. Fusion summon the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon! Oh yeah, I know, right? Place it in the extra monster zone. Now before extra monster zones even exist, there were only 5 monster zones. The extra monster zone is a one-time thing for when a fusion monster, a synchro monster, an Xyz monster, or a link monster is placed from the extra deck to the field. You have a choice whether to do that, but each player can have only one extra monster zone for the extra deck monster, like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now, to make things even feistier, what we're gonna do? Oh, I think my opponent wants to activate their face down card. The face down card they're gonna activate is the trap card Malefic Clawstring. Malefic Clawstring, when this card is activated, it will allow you, when Malefic Clawstring is activated and they have Malefic monsters on the field, they can target a monster on your side of the field and destroy it. So, what they're gonna destroy, they would destroy Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon because it doesn't have the protection of True Light. That's one thing they can do. Or they could target Maiden of White and destroy it. But the thing is, if this card is being selected as an attack target, or if it's targeted by a card effect, Maiden of White's ability will allow it to special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon in the graveyard, or a level 1 Light Attribute Tuner monster. But this is just a lesson. So we're gonna have my opponent use Malefic Clawstring's effect. Target Maiden of White. Now, Maiden of White's ability is about to kick off. Since it's being targeted for a card effect, it will still be destroyed, but not before Maiden of White's quick effect will allow you to special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your graveyard or a level 1 Light Tuner monster. So, it will be destroyed, but not before we'll allow it to special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard. Placing it face up, and Malefic Clawstring is no longer in use. But now things are really gonna get interesting. we're going to activate Ultimate Fusion. Now, Ultimate Fusion, I highly recommend it, because when Ultimate Fusion is activated, you are allowed to fusion summon Blue Eyes White Dragons from your field, hand, or graveyard into your main deck to bring out a Blue Eyes Fusion monster that says it in the text. So, we are going to fuse Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field with the two Blue Eyes White Dragons. You know what? We're gonna go a little different and just use two Blue Eyes White Dragons. One on the field and one in the graveyard. Shuffle these two into the main deck to create another fusion monster. A two-headed fusion monster that is so badass. Fusion summon to the field, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Now, of course, you're all wondering, you don't need polymerization. That's true. You don't need polymerization to bring out Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. You can contact fuse two Blue Eyes White Dragons that are face up on your field to contact fuse without using the Ultimate Fusion or Roar of the Blue Eyed Dragons or even or Fusion Substitute. You can basically contact fuse both of them to bring out Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. But if I use Ultimate Fusion to bring this card out, based on the number of Blue Eyes White Dragons that were face up on the field for the Fusion summon, you can non-target destroy face-up cards your opponent controls up to that number of Blue Eyes White Dragons or Blue Eyes White Dragon and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon that were face up on the field for the Fusion summon. Now let's see. I could destroy Malefic Territory, but that would be pointless. Now, this is non-targeting. What we're going to destroy is the Malefic World Field spell itself. Because here's the thing. This is non-targeting, so it's a non-target destruction on Malefic World. Without Malefic World being on the field, all Malefic monsters that are on the field are destroyed. Not to mention Malefic Paradox Dragon. Now, with no monsters face up on the field, you have a very good advantage to go into battle phase and attack them directly for 4,500 points of direct battle damage to their life points. And Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon can attack them directly for 3,000. But, here's the thing. If you think you can attack a second time with Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, that's not how it works. It's not Cyber Twin Dragon. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, that fusion monster can do 2 attacks on monsters. It can't do 2 attacks direct a battle like that. It can only do 2 attacks when there are monsters on your opponent's side of the field. And here's an added bonus of Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. When Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon attacks an opponent's monster, but the monster that they control is not destroyed by that battle, at the end of the damage step, Twin Burst Dragon automatically banishes that monster, removing it from play, in other words. Also, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon cannot be destroyed by battle. Just letting you know. And for that, we're going to place our 1 card face down, and that will literally be it. We reduced our opponent's life points down to 500 currently at the moment. But thing is, that's all I can do right now. This is another part of the lesson of combos that you can literally do when you play with the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. Or you want to see how it officially works? Get yourself the Blue Eyes White Destiny Structure deck that Konami has literally brought out not too long ago. So, you want to be a Blue Eyes White Dragon duelist like myself, the Blue Eyes King? then get yourself the Blue Eyes White Destiny Structure deck. And I can assure you, pure Blue Eyes is so powerful. Trust me, I know. That's all for this lesson. If you want to see more of my lessons, if you want to see more of my dueling, check out my YouTube channel of the Blue Eyes King YouTube channel. And if you want to see how good my character is in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Live action series known as Yu-Gi-Oh! DA Descendants Act, go to the Millennium Power YouTube channel to see the episodes. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the Cards of the Soul Duel Academy chat, along with my chat, and along with my Blue Eyes King chat, and our studio, the Millennium Power Studio YouTube channel. Until then, I will see you all in the next video. See you guys, and remember, play your cards right, get your game on, and always have fun. See ya!